Here we go. Sorry for the delay on this. I've just watched the stage now and realised it is actually a great stage to watch. So last lap to go. I believe it's 3.5 kilometres to go. Yeah, that seems about right. 2.1 miles, 3.5 kilometres to go. So you can see Sky on the front protecting Egan out, and watch the Katusha's on the left-hand side of the road. We've got them on the left. We also have Michelin Scott on the right, and then behind Michelin Scott we have the quickstep boys. So those are pretty much the top three you really want to be looking out for. Some might have a little bit of go over lead out, but you'll watch. So Katusha decide that they want to launch it for Kittel, and Kittel likes a smooth lead out, full gas from the gun, and just sort it out. But the problem is that with quickstep, what they always do is they came up late. They'd come up in the last kilometre to 2 kilometres ago and really bury the lead out. But obviously, Katusha don't have confidence in their lead out man that they can do that. So they go to the front far too early, which you'll see now. They now basically, Michelin Scott to go to one side of the road, Christoph's there, and you'll watch on the other side of the road, here come Katusha. Now Katusha have got some real strong lead out men, like some real good guys, like Niels Pollitt, very strong. Nathan Haas does a huge turn here, but just way too far out. 3 kilometres go, Kittel's there, you're going to get swamped. Look at the quickstep boys on the right-hand side of the screen now. There's 3 quickstep boys ahead of Gaviria. Just 100% guaranteed they will swamp you in the last kilometre. So what the hell are you doing? Don't be on the front. Michelin Scott, again, they're better at this because they go to the front, then they realise they're outnumbered, and then they just go behind and try and conserve numbers. Here, some will get too excited and they bring Walshide way too far forward, but he understands that, slots back in, good solid positioning. Sagan's just freewheeling, freeloading. Has to think he has one Bora teammate with him, but let's be honest, he's not really his team never really participates in the lead out. Anyway, you can see Somewhere Bloke on the front. Katusha pretty happy for this. Then Somewhere Bloke turns off, and Katusha rider, I believe that's still Nathan Haas on the front, is absolutely drilling it. So you can see it's pretty strung out now, but again, Quickstep still have the boys because they're all just waiting back and drafting. It's starting to swell up a little bit, so you can tell the pace is in 100% full gas because they're still a little bit stringing out, but generally it's quite well strung out. And if you watch Mark Cavendish is basically trying to get behind the Katusha lead out man. You can see here because basically he has no lead out man, unfortunately. But you can see there's a scrum for Kittel's wheel. At the moment, Walshide has it, good lad. Then it's Mezgets, then it's Caleb Ewan, and now you can see Sagan's moving up on the right hand side, pretty much not in the wind. And with 1.8 kilometres to go, I think it's a little bit less than now. You can again see that Quickstep still have 3 guys there, and that means in the last kilometre they will swamp you. So I don't know what you're doing. You either need to lead it out so fast that Quickstep can't swamp you, or it's just going to happen. So you again see here, we've got huge turns on the front. This is one of the best lead outs you've seen. But again, leading out from this far out just helps every other team because every other team is saving riders. You're burning riders and the positioning isn't that much better. It's not like you're burning riders and everyone else's lead out man are way too far back. Everyone else's lead out man is in good position, but they're just saving energy. So again, it makes far more sense to either, if you have this many people on the front, to maybe send one off on the front and force other teams to burn up their riders. But at the moment, no one's burning up their riders. So all you're getting is basically Katusha just helping everyone else get their lead out riders to where they would want to lead them out completely fresh. So we've got 1 kilometre to go now, and Quickstep boys now are like, right, 1k to go, we're going to move up. And again, Katusha here, Matt Cavendish is trying to get on the wheel, and here we go, Katusha on the right hand side, Quickstep on the right hand side, and now moving up, and Katusha are like, oh no, we only have 2 blokes left. How many did Quickstep have? They have 3 blokes left. Now, this is really important. Watch Katusha's second leader out. Mark Cavendish goes around this guy. Then the Katusha rider literally stops pedaling here. He then sandwiches Mark Cavendish and Kittel behind, and there's a gap. Look at this gap. Suddenly, you've got a massive gap, maybe 5-10 metres to close. Luca Mezgets tries to do his best, but Gaviria has such an advantage. Gaviria goes earlier than I think because I think he thinks he's such an advantage he can go, but if in reality he should have left it a little bit later. So Caleb Ewan had a lot of speed coming up because he was basically accelerating onto the back of Gaviria, and Walshide had a good draft and managed to nab second. He thought he'd won, but the poor bloke got mugged off by Gaviria. But again, if you watch that sprint, it just makes 0 sense why Katusha are on the front and drilling it, because all you get is Quickstep moving up at the end and just dominating that last kilometre, which is really where you want to be on the front. Being in good position, not on the front, is important for the first bit, maybe 5k to 3k to go, but from sort of only maybe 2 to 1k to go, you really want to be on the front and driving it, because before that it's just absolutely pointless. And if you watch this sprint, Walshide does good. He basically follows Caleb Ewan here, then he gets onto Gaviria's wheel, and Sagan's trying to get on, and Walshide does a lot of sprinting in the saddle actually, and then only comes out at the very end. But you can see Cav and Kittel just gets blocked by his own lead out man. It was just absolute chaos. I don't know what was happening there. There was just some miscommunication. I think as soon as Gaviria fired up, Katusha's lead out man was just like, yeah, that's it. That's cheerio. And Kittel was like, well, where am I supposed to go? And he had nowhere to go, and Cav also got mugged off. So in reality, the recap for this video, if you are Katusha, and I mean, they're not going to listen to me, but don't do that unless you're so confident that your second lead-out man is faster than like 2 quickstep guys. Because quickstep will just mug you off on the line like they did. Like Kittel knows the tactic because Kittel was on the team last year and they did it so effectively. 1.5 to 1K to go, 3 to 4 quickstep blokes will move up and just dominate the lead-out, and they'll suddenly put a huge gap into everyone else because all the other lead-out men are tired. Michelin Squad are better at it because they realize they don't have a full lead-out man, so they always have 2 or 3 riders for the very end, and the finale is really where you've got to be, got to play it well. So cheers for watching. I hope this is an interesting video. It really is like in 2018, 2017, 2016, you can see the lead-out style has changed dramatically. It's changed from leading out from 5K to go, 9 guys on the front, 8 guys in front of the sprinter in a Grand Tour, let's say. Now it really is it's the power of the last 3 guys coming up in that 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer go. That is where the lead-out men really are the most important, and that's the guys who can do that sprint extremely well. And this is what I mean. So again, sometimes you don't even need lead-out men, because if you can draft well enough, then you're just in a good position. And if you can draft well enough, then you can just get in that position anyway. So cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.